Here we go. Serbia wearing the red jerseys, USA in blue. The serve to start this semifinal comes from Brankica Mihailovic, the 31-year-old three-time Olympian. And we are underway. Poulter's first set goes to Drews, and she finds the corner.
I always like watching who's going to be the first choice of each setter, and this time it's Drews. Classic. You know she's going to be one of the big point getters in this matchup. She gets it immediately cross court.
Let's see if Serbia goes to their opposite to start as well.
Whoa.
Oh, it's an ace. Pusic almost never makes that mistake. Franti.
Oh, that is a bullet. Look at it, how it doesn't have any spin on it. It's coming from across the court. So it's traveling that long distance. Pusic, I think, trying to take it from Mihailovic. Got caught out.
Well, before the service error, that was the 10th ace of the tournament for Ali Franti. Middle blocker, Maja Aleksic. Most of the teams have been going after Franti with their serves. Boskovic, her first swing of the match, and she gets her first point of the match.
That's a great point that you make. A lot of teams have been going after Franti, and there's a lot of reasons for that. Maybe she's a slightly weaker passer than the other players on court, but also they want to stop her offense. They get the ball back in this opportunity, and it goes straight to Boskovic, who does Boskovician things, I think is what you put it, you put it yesterday.
I did, didn't I? That was funny. Hope that wasn't offensive to anyone. It certainly wasn't meant to be. There's a big swing and another big Boskovic blow.
So there's Dursa pushing it back from the middle of the court, and what she does really well, she gives it to her wide enough. So Boskovic is the lefty. She has to have that ball all the way outside so that she can swing it down the line.
Poulter goes back to Drews, and this is USA point. Let's see what happened here.
Just the classic into the block and out of bounds. Clever move. That was tight. The advantage was for the blockers, and Drews was smart with it.
Smartly wiping it off the block. Ogbogu's serve goes to Busa. She swings now. Franti trying to come up with it. Can't quite do it. I don't know what happened tonight, but it's windy in here. All my papers are blowing everywhere.
Well, there might have been a bit of breeze on that ball as well. Off the block. That's a really difficult pickup for Franti in the backcourt.
There's Boskovic, and she misses long.
As indoor players, we can't often blame the breeze in these indoor courts, but beach players know what it's about.
And Annie Drews does the same. So two of the team's go-to servers go a little long. Bianca Busa has been on this team for a long time, a couple of Olympic medals. Part of the World Championship gold team 4 years ago. There's a big block and a net touch here called on the Serbian blocker, but apparently Serbia thought about a challenge and they decide against it.
Yeah, I think you can see it pretty clearly there. Dursa getting her forearms in the net. Lucky break for USA.
There's a back row, Boskovic, her third point already. Of course, she had 36 last night, so this is nothing.
Yeah, get prepared. Buckle in when it comes to Boskovic numbers. You can always expect them to be up in the 20s and 30s. Santorelli loves it.
It's a respect between the two coaches, I think. That's fair to say. Dertsa, back set, Boskovic from way back. Drews with the dig, and that's going to be point USA. And the ball went off Aleksic.
Oh, that's got to sting if you're the middle blocker. It's a great defensive effort, first of all. The ball's coming up off of Boskovic attack. Aleksic trying to do way too much angle on that.
Haley Washington serve. Mihailovic steps in. Pusic has to set. Here it goes to Mihailovic. Does she catch it? Yes. Got the corner.
She didn't look perfectly in system there. That was a little bit, she had faltered the set a little bit and wasn't getting what she needed. You know, high ball had to kind of take a whack at it, but headed towards Haley Washington, middle blocker in the back.
Annie Drews, and that is out, and Serbia has a 2-point lead here.
Just ever so slightly out, and you kind of have a feeling that since that ball was so far in from the antenna, that if it had been just pushed a bit more, it could have stayed in.
Franti, that goes off hands, recovered by Serbia. Boskovic, picked up by Cook. USA just gets it over. Here's another chance for Serbia. Mihailovic, coverage by the US. Here's Franti trying to finish, and she does off hands.
A lot of great pickups on both sides, the defensive effort. And that's what you're going to get at a match like this, where you know that every single point could be make or break between winning and losing.
Ooh. Jordan Poulter has made so few service faults in this tournament. She has 12 aces, and they're going to challenge this. Only 10 faults.
I think rightly so as well. I kind of hesitated a bit when I saw it drop. It looked very close to the line.
Ball in, ball out, the challenge. And what's the answer? Ball in, by Keelik. So those are really good numbers for Jordan Poulter. 13 aces and only 10 service faults.
Continues her roll.
Try to go through the middle, paintbrushed, kept alive by the US. Agbagu, and they can't keep it alive.
Maybe a little bit inside.
Mihailovic serving, and she misses as well. So some uncharacteristic service errors here early on. Ali Franti's already had a good start to her service night. I won't say anything else about the A word, get in trouble. Here's Busha, block, but out. And Serbia goes back out front.
They're really clever, and that's what you'll see these smaller attackers do. So Busa, not one of the tallest players out there, but she goes off the hands, targets it as she's turning her body shift. She's using her momentum to get that block out.
Alexic was the server, and that is out, and there's no touch. Serbia picks up another 2-point lead.
Oh, no touch called and no challenge, but that looks like a touch to me.
Yeah, and of course it's too late to make that challenge.
USA is going to see that later and cringe a little bit.
Poulter sets Drews, certainly a touch there. Mihailovic keeps it alive. Free ball chance US. Poulter, Agbagu, picked up by Mihailovic. Here's Boskovic. USA keeps it alive. Franti just bumps it over. Another chance. Busha, block, big block, Agbagu.
Nicely worked on the USA side to continue working for that point. So that one's picked up. USA getting themselves into a nice blocking system.
Just a 1-point game. Not quite halfway through this opening set. These two teams battling for a spot in the gold medal game. And Boskovic goes off hands and scores another.
Right off the hand. So that's a target. You'll see that often again. Taller players, all players, looking for hands as a target.
Boskovic picked up by the U.S., but it's pressure, and here comes Boskovic, and the block is there from Cook and Washington.
Do not see those kind of blocks often against Boskovic. Cook really well placed there. They're both inside. They're nice and inside the court. Just strong with the shoulders.
Doesn't it feel like Kelsey Robinson-Cook has had such a solid tournament for USA?
Certainly has. She, I think, is headed to Corigliano next season, where Daniele Santarelli is head coach. So he'll be happy to, he'll have noticed as well.
No doubt. Hope he gives her a week off or something to start.
Deserves it. They all do, these players. I mean, these tournaments are really demanding, physically, emotionally exhausting. Back-to-back games. It's a lot.
2-point lead Serbia here in this opening set. Carlini is out right now, double switch for the U.S. Coutinho and Carlini are in. And here comes Coutinho, picked up by Busha, blocked by Coutinho. They both make an impression early on.
Yeah, we've seen this double sub throughout the tournament, as you mentioned, and I like that Carlini goes to Coutinho pretty much on the money every single time when they're put in together, and she delivers.
It's like they're on the bench, they're talking, okay, we're gonna go in, double switch. I got this play ready for you.
Yeah.
Service there by the U.S. Jovana Stevanovic, best middle blocker in the VNL this year, and one of the best two at the Olympic Games last year. Good joust at the net. USA with a chance, picked up by Busha. Dercic Mihailovic off hands, and it's a 3-point lead, Serbia.
Oh man, that's a great joust by Dursa. Mihailovic just finishing with a lot of strength.
Timeout call, USA.
First, Team Serbia. Gdzie są kibice reprezentacji Serbii? Szukamy Państwa. Nieźle, okej. Team USA.
Back and forth, a point each, and then all of a sudden Serbia now picking up a 3-point lead. USA trying to slow them down. Stevanovic serving. Carlini finds Franti. Mihailovic block, and another point Serbia.
Another thing we didn't really talk about is how Serbia's finding the energy, the wind in their sails after that big 5-setter that came down to the wire yesterday against Poland.
Yeah, they had to be exhausted and mentally and physically. There's a good point for the U.S. to stop that run.
And the other thing is Poland pushed them, right? They tested them in a way that Serbia hasn't been tested in this entire tournament. So USA will have watched that. They will try to take some leaves out of that book, some pages.
Here's Boskovic, Washington with the dig. Another chance for Serbia. This time it's Mihailovic, the block is there. Another chance for Mihailovic, and another point for Serbia off that block.
Great recycle from Serbia, so they get a chance to go again. It's a smart move to go into the hands of the blockers. They get the recycle, they go again, and that time a better swing.
Carlini for Coutinho. From the back row, USA gets called on 4 hits. So scrambling on the US side.
nailed it. How on earth did she find that hole between Franti and Okpogu? That was barely visible.
Timeout call, USA.
Hey, she wants that lead, right? So we stay long over the outside short, we stay low. Back row, we're ready for that deflection, okay? So Pi's got arm running down.
The other thing I'll say is, let's just trust our training. Our game is good enough here. It's like we're trying to hit the perfect shot. We don't need that. Just take good, high, hard swings.
Let's go! USA!
Just take good, high, hard swings, says Karch.
Did we say just like training?
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. You get to these big matches and you think you've got to kind of play above your level, but USA is good enough, like he's saying. Their training level is so elite.
Yep.
That they just have to do what they've been doing over and over and over, and their body is used to.
They are down by 5 here. Crucial points in this opening set. Coutinho, that is covered by Pusic. Boskovic hammers it down. She's got 6 points to lead all scores.
Serbia's doing such a good job of getting themselves second opportunities. Boskovic is never going to miss that.
And Franti on the angle scores the point for the U.S. off the touch. So USA reversing the double switch. It seems like they have full confidence in both of their setters. It's just a in and out.
Yeah, completely.
Boskovic from the other side, and Jordan Poulter was, well, kind of handcuffed a little bit.
Yeah, that looked painful. A lot of line left open.
Bojana Malenkovic comes in to serve. 25-year-old, she was part of the World Championship team that won gold 4 years ago. And she knows about playing in Poland, played with Hemek Polica. And there's a good swing for the U.S., exactly what they needed. Can they build on it?
And that's, yeah, I think that's exactly what they need to do. Just one thing at a time, stepping stones, building blocks is the game of volleyball. Borgu with a great angle there past the block. Looks a little frustrated herself.
There's back set to Boskovic. USA covers. Poulter finds Drews. Somebody hit the net, and it's a point USA.
Great push all the way back. She's got so much angle, and that's what we were talking about earlier, that ball that was a little bit inside. She didn't have so much angle to work with, but once the ball goes wide, she's got so much more court to find.
USA covers it. They've got Morgan Hens in libero position, and then they get the point off the block.
I like that from Poulter, going right back to Drews. Hey, it worked once, let's use it again and keep going until Serbia give an answer.
USA climbing back to within 3.
Strong and not soft, without search the court. Strong hands and out in this way, okay? But this base is very good, okay? Oh, Mayo, oh, out of your approach, oh, anticipating attack in the corner, eh? Hey, this is the moment and not tip, eh? Strong attack, eh?
The advice seems pretty similar in both of the timeouts. Karch saying the same thing earlier, but there, Santorelli, hey, go high off the hands. Either wait for the ball to cross the blocker, go down the line, or cut it off early.
Ali Franti now back to serve. And an ace for Franti, and her second of the match, her 11th of the tournament.
How's how both times she gets it on the libero as well. It's just dropping so dirty. It's got such a flat, no spin on it. I was gonna say flat spin, but that does not make any sense.
Made sense to me. It was dropping and it was dirty. That sounded good to me. Boskovic, though, comes right back, and that's filthy as well.
Yeah. every time she contacts the ball. It's shocking.
So Lazovic comes in for some back row time to replace Alexic. She'll be serving. She plays professionally in China. And nicely done by Boskovic and Stevanovic. I think Boskovic.
Yeah, great discipline by Boskovic. She's on the way down. She's catching the ball mid-air. She's not going to wait for it to fall behind her. You can see Dursa's making a move there, but you don't want to judge it incorrectly.
Ogbogu picked up by Serbia. Here's Busa. And it's going to fall on the USA side.
Serbia looking pretty smooth so far. They haven't really been under pressure. There's been a couple of aces from USA's side, but they haven't really found an answer for any of the attackers on the Serbian side. At least the wings. We haven't seen a lot of middle yet.
Basically, they look like they looked against everyone except for Poland.
Right.
And there is a thunderous shot. And I missed that. Was that Annie Drews? Yeah, it sure was.
Oh my goodness. Just enough line, but she's still hitting so high, and that's what makes it difficult. The defender kind of is catching it really high on their body as well.
Into serve for the U.S., Sarah Wilhite Parsons. Back set, Boskovic, and again off hands. She's got 10 points in this opening set, and Serbia has set point.
Just enough off fingers. I think it might have landed into.
And then a wicked serve from Boskovic, but USA's got coverage. And they try the slide play. Good coverage again by the US. Here's Cook, and she goes block out.
That's kind of Kelsey Robinson-Cook's specialty. I mentioned a little bit last night that she loves to get up in the air, watch the hands of the blocker in front of her. In this case, it's Dursa. And then just swing on the way down a little bit softer.
Both teams have the setter right now in the front row. Poulter, back set for Washington, picked up by Serbia. Boskovic, back row, picked up by Drews. Here's Robinson-Cook, tries the tip. Here's back row, Franti, and USA is not done yet, still facing set point.
What a whip on Franti on that one. Man, she's got so much space there between the blockers, but the speed and the power of the ball.
Annie Drews, another tough serve. But it is Stevanovic who finishes it on the backslide, and Serbia takes the opening set 25-21.
If I'm not mistaken, it was Stevanovic who finished off the match last night against Poland. So why not go to her again? Wide, high. She's got a lot of space down the line. Have a look at the stats for this set. 2 blocks to 3, 3 aces for USA. But Serbia just way stronger in attack, 18-11. So they're just executing that offense much better than USA. Of course, Boskovic up there, 10 points, no surprise there. On the other side, the highest scorers, Drews and Franti. So Boskovic is doing the work for 2 players on the Serbian side. I just wonder if that's the key to stopping Serbia, slowing down Boskovic, finding a way to get better touches on her balls, or at least make it easier for the defense to pick them up. But she has so many angles. We talked about this a bit yesterday, that if you were to make a chart of everywhere that she's hitting across the court, she attacks from every angle to every angle. There's not a lot of pattern to it.
Yep. Well, and you point out how good Boskovic is, but the U.S. also needs to get somebody hot.
Yeah.
They need to get somebody who's got 8 or 9, and maybe 2 people with 8 or 9, and all of a sudden you counteract that. So the blocking of Serbia has been excellent as well.
And we haven't seen a lot from either of the middles on either side. Alexic only 2 points, Ogbogu with 2. Yeah, here, this will tell you exactly the same story. Attack zones of the USA, only 20% through the middle. Most of it off the wing spikers. Those are Franti, Drews, and Robinson Cook. I think if we look at the side of Serbia, which I'm sure we'll see after this, I imagine it's majority going to the right side. But neither teams have really got their middle firing yet. Yeah, there you go. 67% going to the right side. That's all Boskovic. 11% through the middle. And actually have a look at those ball graphics there from the back court. They're not even using their middle, classic middle. They're using middle zone of the net, only 11%, but even then it's just a pipe ball.
The 67%, would that include the backslide play like that Stevanovic just scored on?
Yes. You're right. That's a good point to keep in mind, that sometimes, and especially for Serbia, they do like to run that slide behind. Same thing for Washington on the USA side, so that'll count in that statistic. But yeah, we haven't seen any classic middle quick ball right in front of the setter.
Yeah, this seems like a good time to remind fans that July the 13th, these two teams are playing in the quarterfinals of the VNL in Ankara. Serbia won 3-2. They were up 2-0. USA roared back, and it ended up 15-13 in the 5th set. And of course, they had a set in Calgary this year at the VNL that went 33-31 before USA won that. So I suspect we're going to get some fireworks yet, P.
I think you are 100% right.
Here we go, set number 2. USA in blue, serving Serbia in red, and that's the start the Americans wanted. Ogbogu.
You talked about Poulter's setting. She's so solid. She doesn't make a lot of, she makes a lot of aces, doesn't make a lot of errors, but also gets those kind of overpasses as well.
Setting and her serving is so good, and important part of the USA offense. But that's a point for Serbia to come right back again.
Yeah, and the importance of the serve, a strong serve, and not just getting those points in the ace, also getting the overpass, but just putting the other team in a difficult position to run their offense, make it easier for your block and your defense. All interconnected.
Through the middle they go again. Ogbogu picked up by Serbia. Here comes the pass for Busha, but USA strong on the ball. Longorantes sets Drews. Picked up by Dirtsa, the setter. So that means Alexic is in for Boskovic. USA trying to track it down and can't do it.
Serbia takes the lead 2-1.
Boskovic from off the net, from set by her middle, through 3 blockers to the deep defense, and still manages to score.
Kelsey Robinson-Cook, by the way, 75% on her digs in this tournament. So that's a rare mistake we just saw. And that was such a hard hit ball. And then the US comes right back with Annie Drews.
Drews off the hand, changing the direction of the ball. Mihailovic is back there, she's waiting, but the ball bounces off the blockers.
Franti picked up 5 points in that opening set. Here's Busha, blocked, covered by Serbia. Busha again. Morgan Henn's got a piece of it, but it's going to fall on the USA side.
And I think what makes this Serbian offense so difficult to read, you see Buza getting that point there. And Ogbogu, she got her way out there to the block, but when you have your mind, you know, 9 times out of 10 thinking, how do I stop Boskovic? It makes it harder to then make that step to another player.
So Boskovic with the service error. USA draws back to a tie. Only semifinal today at this World Championship. The other one, Brazil, Italy, will go tomorrow. Interestingly, the number 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds in the world are left and battling for gold, silver, and bronze. Poulter goes to Robinson Cook, and she drills it on an angle.
I don't think Serbians were expecting that ball to come back up. Pusic in the right place at the right time, getting a really good touch under that. No one else ready to move.
Yeah, she's pretty good at that.
Yeah, I'd say.
So risk and reward. Andy Drews misses that time. Serbia sends Franti back. Here's Cook though, and that's gonna go off the touch of the block, and a point USA.
Nicely done. Just high enough out of the reach of the defense.
USA captain Kelsey Robinson Cook, overpass, and Jordan Poulter has got a point for herself.
Yeah, they're sharing the love on those overpasses. Poulter getting some for her team earlier. This time Cook putting one up for Poulter. Those feel so good.
Boskovic, and that is point Serbia off the touch.
And this time goes through the hand. So how are you meant to block against a player when she's able to score every single zone?
And Washington misses long, and there's no touch, according to the U.S. middle blocker. That's helpful, isn't it, for her to make that clear to her coaches?
Yeah, you've got to be honest with your coaches, because at this level, they want to challenge, they want to give you the benefit of the doubt, but if you know, gotta let them know early, otherwise you waste the challenge.
And you hope that the other team's server will do that.
Exactly.
But you don't show that you're happy they made a mistake because of your high level of sportsmanship. Washington serve. Pusic, nice pass. And then Mihailovic picked up by the U.S. Here's Drews. Great dig by Dertsa. Boskovic from her offside. USA trying to keep it alive. Almost, Annie Drews.
Gotta respect the scramble. A Boskovic ball gets just off the floor. You know you're gonna see bodies on the USA side. Look how far inside she is. Washington does a good job to just get it one hand underneath that.
Mihailovic. Poulter sets Franti. She goes arms off the block and out.
Watch Franti's body as she's making this attack. She's floating a little bit away from the ball, so she's waiting for the ball to arrive to that zone where there's space down the line.
Here's Boucha. Nice attempt by Robinson Cook, but it's going to fall on the U.S. side, so they just go back and forth and back and forth. Aleksic, 9 serving 8 here in the second set. If you just joined us, Serbia won the first. Ogbogu misses. And it's a 2-point lead.
Very close indeed. Jordan Poulter trying to get her middle involved, and that's that classic one ball right in front, but Ogbogu looked a little awkward on that swing. Couldn't find her sideline.
They go back to Ogbogu. Picked up by Serbia. Boskovic, USA has coverage. Poulter, back set, Drews. Covered by Serbia again. They go middle, and Stevanovic hammers it to the floor. 3-point lead, Serbia.
Interesting, so Poulter gave Ogbogu back the exact same ball as before, so pretty much the same result, except in, but it wasn't a really hard-driven ball. Stefanovic feeling the block in front of her. You can see she turns kind of blindly attacking that away from the blockers.
Timeout USA.
Too much success. Need to shut her down. 18 will get hers, but let's be better on one. Nose and all over it.
She's off. left back to go to the court. But you can read her. Don't look. Because she's sitting where she's going now. Somebody's got to go towards the yeah. USA!
Well, oh, there's Eric Shoji coming in to support his team, libero of the USA men's team. But I think Coach Cry there speaking about, hey, don't worry too much about 18. She's going to get her points, talking about Boskovic there. But the other players got to get lined up, got to be really disciplined and stronger on them.
Yeah, they're not going to win if only one player gets points. But there's Stevanovic with a monster block.
Oh, huge. She is so elite at blocking.
Playing in Italy since 2013, Stevanovic, and USA celebrates a point there off the block.
And what's cool is a lot of these players will have played against and with each other in Italy and in other high-level leagues. So it's fun to see how they're kind of using tidbits of information against each other now that they're in the national team. You know, Stevanovic knows what she's up against in this USA side.
This is tight, and it's a point. And it's an argument here from Boskovic. They gave the point to USA.
Oh, interesting. I'm pretty sure I saw that go off of Robinson's head.
Yeah, I thought it went off the US as well.
We will have a challenge, but I'm not sure they can challenge that.
They can challenge net touch. They can challenge tip off the block.
So block touch is what they want.
Yes.
That she went up to block and the ball touched her. It wasn't necessarily in the air, in the act of blocking, but if you touch the ball, you touch the ball.
Well, and Boskovic was the one there, and she was adamant from the moment it was called. They have called a net touch.
They're asking for a net touch. Interesting. I don't think that there was a net touch.
No.
So what are we going to be shown? Because I know sometimes they're quite sneaky and they try and show us an angle that won't give us all the information. You only ask for net touch, you only get net touch. You only get to look at that action. Luckily, we've got Hawkeye on site with all the cameras in every single area.
12-10 is what the score sits now. With USA getting that point, it would be 13.
Yeah, USA needing a couple of points to go their way. Whoever gets this challenge going their way is going to be riding a little bit of a momentum shift.
Daniele Santarelli rocking to the tunes. And is there a net touch? No, definitely not. On either team.
Yeah, no net touch, but look at Ogbogu's face there. I think she knows exactly what happened. Yeah, it definitely changed direction off of Kelsey's head. I'm not sure what to say about this.
No, well, sometimes the players make mistakes, and occasionally others do as well. We continue on, and it is hammered down the line. And are we getting another challenge here? It is called out, and we're getting no challenge. Look at this, all of a sudden it's a 1-point game, Key. It was looking like it would be 4.
Yeah, USA got a little bit of help there, and they'll want to ride that momentum shift.
Ushav trying to make something out of nothing, and she does.
Yeah, if you're Serbia right now, you're feeling a little fired up. Usa, not with a perfect approach, had to do a little bunny hop there at the end, but still using the open block of Shrews, just enough space for one ball to go between her arms. She uses it.
13-11. Here comes Boskovic. And that is out. Barely, just barely.
Yeah, that's what they call a good miss. You know, coaches are always asking for more aggression out of their service, so they're gonna have that risk, miss it by a couple of inches here and there.
Sarah Wilhite-Parsons in to serve. Back row, Boskovic, blocked. USA trying to track it down, can't do it. They needed Eric Shoji to help out, just maybe hang around the sidelines.
Yeah, one of the best liberos to ever play for USA, Eric Shoji. Cool that he's in the building. I know he plays here in Poland, so I'm going to support his lady.
Bianca Busha plays professionally in Turkey. Poulter has to scramble to get it. Cook. USA recycles it. Poulter, Cook again, and block out.
Lockout point, USA. That back set from Poulter, facing one direction, going the other way, kind of tricking the other players on the other side.
She had to work hard to make that first set, and then got the second one. Annie Drews with a tough serve. Boskovic saves it. Mihailovic just pushes it over. Good chance for the US. Covered by Serbia. Mihailovic, and it's kept alive. No, it's not. Falls on the Serbia side.
Well worked by Washington. Looked like she was blowing the ball there, adding a little bit of wind to keep it on the other side.
Tie game here in set number 2. Serbia won the first. Dertsa sets across for Mihailovic, and the block is there. Washington and Poulter helping out.
Awesome block. That's exactly what Coach Kachkarai was asking of his players. Hey, you're not going to get all of Boskovic's attacks, but I want you to be better on the other players. And that is a much better out of Washington.
Back row, Boskovic, and that goes off the block and then just fools Franti just enough.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The blockers are up there to take away their space, but it's so hard for the defender back there who's just kind of waiting to see as it bounces and ricochets in a different direction than how it came out of the attacker's hand.
Yeah, they're sort of saying, okay, I'm ready. Oh, and then it's not there. Stevanovic. Oh, the tough serve, pancake dig, and then it falls. Let's call that an ace for Stevanovic.
I think you're not wrong to call that an ace. There might have been one little touch on it afterwards, but that ball was not up in any hittable sense. Those are so tough, the dribblers off the net. Worst nightmare of a middle blocker.
Come on, 2 players touched that. Everybody was diving for it.
I don't know that Lauren Carlini's face counts as a touch.
No, I guess not. Oh, and it's another ace for Stevanovic, and that one is crystal clear.
Down the line, the corridor between the 2 players, Franti thinking, is it mine, is it not yours? And they've probably had this conversation over and over again. Wongaranta saying, I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna cover and step in, take a bit more.
Good pass that time. Coutinho with a little tip, and it's gonna fall on the Serbia side.
But Serbia, with those 2 aces, got themselves back into the power position. I like that, getting Boskovic on the floor as well. That's clever from Coutinho. If she didn't have the swing she wanted, force Boskovic onto the floor.
One of these days, Daniele Centrelli is going to get in trouble playing one of those balls on the sidelines. One of his players is going to say, I could have had that.
Yeah, he just wants to get involved. I love that. Staying close to the game.
2-point lead, Serbia. Wongaranta starts with a good pass. Kept alive by Mihailovic. Boskovic, and off the defender and out. Timeout call U.S. after this.
Yeah, another miscommunication in the backcourt for USA.
Player on our seats there, all over that. Take a nice high hard swing. Here we go.
Let's go! Hey, we're so dug in, waiting to absorb her head. Let's get on our toes and attack it here. USA!
I'd like to get in the head of the coaches, Coach Karai, or any of the coaches down there. Kind of think, what do you think USA can do right now? They're down 3 points. We actually will get a chance to ask him in the middle of the 2 sets, but what do you say to your players in these moments when things just aren't going right? It's not feeling, it's a little clunky out there.
Well, I think, wouldn't you start with just one, like you said earlier, 1 point at a time?
Yep.
Get this side out. Carlini sets middle, Washington, and that is out. And are we thinking the challenge? No challenge, but a substitution.
That set looked a little bit low for Washington. She had to kind of bend her elbow. Looked like she wasn't completely comfortable on the swing.
USA double switch again. So that means Poulter is back in. And Annie Drews is back in. Here's Franti. Pusic gets the up. There's a bump set all the way across. Mihailovic can't do anything with it, just send it over. Same story for the US. Another chance. Here's Boskovic, hammers it home.
Good pickup by USA. Franti having to dive for that one, but again, the ball going back to Boskovic, and she's finding angles that just don't exist. The block's so well formed, but somehow she goes inside of it.
USA goes with the backslide, and Washington delivers.
Great angle out of her as well, exactly the same. And Taff having a good time on the sidelines. So the block's out there, and it looked like the middle blocker's reaching a little bit to the outside rather than closing and cutting off that angle from Washington.
Mihailovic picked up by the US. Here's Franti, block out.
Clever. I think we need to see more of that kind of block out action out of the USA players. Cook's been doing it really well. Franti gets a good one there. It's harder to do, easier said than done, but I think that's the key.
Franti's gonna get another swing and tries for the line, but misses. I was gonna ask a question, Pete. We saw Franti start her attack from outside the court. Do you think all young players know that you're allowed to do that?
Well, I hope their coach is telling them, because you want to get that angle opening up to the court. The reason that players come so far outside the court and far away is to get that full approach with your momentum going into the court when you end up going up, transferring the momentum up into the attack.
It's not like some sports where you're not allowed to exit the court. And there's a swing from Ogbogu, and that's going to score the point for the US. They sneak it down.
Yeah, same thing from Ogbogu. It's kind of the same in all areas. You want to create space from the net, kind of create a triangle between yourself and the setter and the net.
Boskovic just pummels it, and she's got 18 points in the game. 10 more than anyone else on her team or on the US team.
What is the answer, Tatiana Boskovic? I think the world has been asking this question for several years, and no one seems to be able to answer it just yet.
Katarina Lazovic into the game. USA goes middle, and then Ogbogu off the block. This is what they want more of.
This is what I want more of, always. More middle, more middle. It's like more cowbell from SNL. Get them running, get them nice and high, give them an option.
20 serving 23. USA is in a crucial point here in this second set. Boskovic, and again it goes off a USA player, and it is set point Serbia.
It's a good point that you make there. The Boskovic 18 points, the rest of the team. Busa, Franti with 8 points, Drews and Cook with 6 and 5. So she's kind of playing on a different playing field. And if she didn't exist on the Serbian team, I think we'd have a very different game on our hands.
Onarantes gets a good dig. Here's Drews, picked up by Milenkovic. USA trying to keep it alive. They can't, and they are now down 2 sets to nothing. Serbia seems to be in full control, Boskovic style.
And just on this attack, I'm going to go down and chat to the coaches and see if there's anything Karchkarai can tell us about how to stop Boskovic.
Never an easy question for anyone. Key will make her way down and try to find an answer to that. So first set, 25-21. Second set, 25-20. USA in it for a long time in both occasions. And in the end, a little too much Boskovic and maybe a little too much Stevanovic blocking. Opponent errors, both the same. Certainly attack is where Serbia is leading. USA looking for answers. 20 points for Tijana Boskovic. 8 is the most any of the Americans can muster with Franti. A couple of aces in there as well. Key Michael is standing by with Serbia's head coach, Daniele Santarelli. Whenever you're ready, Key, take it away.
Coach, things are going well. I'm not going to ask if you're satisfied, but how are things going from your perspective?
In my mind, I have a lot of beautiful thoughts. I would like to say a lot of beautiful things to my players, but this is not the moment. Because for sure USA is a great team. I'm very happy about the break point because we serve very good. We touch a lot of ball in block and defense. And in our system, this is incredible. I'm very happy about this. But I wait that now USA can play another kind of volleyball. We cannot relax for sure because we won the final.
Has USA done anything unexpected or is it going to game plan?
Sorry.
Has USA done anything unexpected?
Now from them, I don't think so. I don't think so. For sure, they can try to serve stronger because when our line of pass is in difficult, we risk. Also, if we have a good spiker, strong spiker for high ball, and today every outside hitter play very good, and I'm happy about it. Maybe we can play more with the middle blocker because today middle blocker play very few times. But okay, if we are with this score, it's important.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, his outside hitters clearly having great games, particularly one in Tijana Boskovic. USA's head coach Karchkarai making his way over to the interview area to speak with Key Michael. Whenever you get a chance, Key, we're ready.
Brawa dla Patrycji. Patrycja zgłosiła się na ochotnika jako pierwsza. Ma swoich kibiców, ale kibice, którzy nie od początku byli z Patrycją, też mogą jej pomagać, bo bardzo niewiele zabrakło.
Coach, not the best start for Team USA. You know you can do better. Has Serbia shown you anything that you weren't expecting?
Nope, we're just not executing the way we're capable of, and we've got to side out a little better in a couple of rotations. We bled a couple in each of the first 2 games, and serve a little tougher. Serve over the net a little more.
Is there anything that we can see differently in the next couple of sets?
Well, we're going to try a different matchup for starters, and we'll see how that goes.
All right, good luck. Thank you.
That was a question I was wondering about. Maybe someone like a Karabajima finds her way onto the floor. Maybe someone like a Hannah Tapp finds her way onto the floor. We will wait and see. But there are some of the service placement stats that certainly help us understand a little bit. Couple of aces, both by Stevanovic.
obu ekip. O, Patrycja kromadzi dowody na to, że była na boisko. Byłaś, wszyscy widzieli.
So Key, obviously Karshkarai thinking about some lineup changes, and that makes us look at the floor and wonder who's coming out. And I don't see anyone different yet on the USA side.
What he might have done is switch the rotation so that they line up differently, as in if the setter was starting in 1, she'd now be starting in 3, so you'd get different players going at each other at the net. But I think it was kind of cute that Santarelli wanted to be happy about his team, but he knows that he can't get comfortable and they cannot let up against this USA team because he knows they can come back, but I think things going smoothly for him so far.
So Annie Drews is starting in the back row as we take a look outside and then move inside the stadium in Gliwice. So we'll see if they get her to attack from the back. USA looking for answers, down 2-0 here in the semifinal. Serbia in red, serving USA in blue. Poulter, Washington, and that's the first point of set 3.
Interestingly, it was Santarelli who said he wanted to get his team more middle involved, but it's USA right off the bat using Washington.
So USA staying with its starting 6, shifting up the rotation a little bit, trying to make some changes. There's a big swing from Alexic through the middle. Both teams want their middles to be better and get more sets.
Yeah, it's been a really heavy outside and opposite dominant game so far. I mean, I think USA was trying to get their middle going, but it just wasn't executing that well. But good start so far for both sides, middle related.
Haven't seen a lot of pipe at all, have we, either? Except for there. Annie Drews off the hands of the blocker. Back row. Dertsa finds Busha. USA covers. The set will come from Morgan Hens for Drews. She tips it. Pusic is there. Boskovic. Poulter's waiting. Hens again. This time Drews. And it is out. Point Serbia.
Well left by Serbia as well. I don't think we saw anyone blocking on that. Did they just pull their hands away at the last minute? I'd like to see that replay again, but Drew's looking for hands, but no hands were there.
None could be found. Boskovic takes a lot off that serve. Poulter goes back for Drews, and that's a huge block for Busha.
Huge block. Serbia looking so strong in all areas of the game. Busha just staying exactly where she was. Didn't have to move, just put her hands straight over the net, and Drew's kind of right into her.
Boskovic, a lot more on that serve. Here's Franti, and that's what USA wants. They've tied it again.
Yeah, Franti finding a hole between the two blockers. Stefanovic does a good job to get out there, but doesn't close hip to hip to her outside blocker, leaving that space.
Serbia scrambling a bit, but they get the ball over hard. Morgan Hens sends it ahead. Drews just trying to shovel it over. Tough from that angle, isn't it, Key?
That's a really, really difficult ball, and I think it's hard to tell while you're sitting here watching. But the fact that it comes from over the shoulder, it's coming from basically behind her. Look how far off the court Morgan Hens is when she sends that. You got to read the ball as well as what's going on the other side of the net.
Good job there, though, by the libero to call off Franti. And USA gets a break with the service miss. Shaka Agbogu back to serve. Pusic with that overhand pass. Back row, Boskovic. Just amazing.
We start to run out of superlatives for her attack because it's kind of of just unstoppable. She comes in with such power and speed. In addition, she's got height. She's smart with it, so she's looking when she's up there in the air as to what's open in front of her.
Gives you a sense, though, of how good Serbia is because they were able to win the bronze at the VNL without her this year.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Big point for the U.S. there.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I think Boskovic gets a lot of glory because she has so many attacks, but Serbia are normally, when she's not on the court, also really well-rounded. They've got a good defensive effort. They really know how to move the ball around from Dursa.
Dursa, first time tonight, calls her own number.
Speaking of Dursa, and this is why she and Poulter were two of our players to watch, because she can make or break the game as well. This is a moment where all the players of USA are on their heels, expecting that nice high ball, which gets in there.
Serbia aware that USA setters in the front row, and then an ace comes out of Dursa.
Never underestimate your setters. They can really have an impact on the game. Even if they're not the ones attacking, that's a huge serve from Dursa.
More trouble on the serve. Here's Kelsey Robinson-Cook. Boom!
Kelsey Robinson got a little fire under her for that one.
USA captain now serving. Her team down by a single here in the third set. Mihailovic, we have a whistle and I think a net touch on Serbia.
I feel like this could be a moment. Yeah, there you see Dursa and Alexic running into each other. Could be a moment for USA to get some momentum.
Boskovic, here's a chance for the U.S. Here's Franti, but it's blocked down by, no, it's blocked, stays on the Serbia side. And it's point USA.
Yeah, I wasn't sure either what side that landed. I was just reading body language of Franti. She looked pumped.
Might have actually been a net touch by Mihailovic. And Americans can't keep that one up. Boskovic gets rewarded with her 22nd point of the match.
Tough. Off the net is Washington, leaving that little bit of space there for the attacker to go through.
Kara Bajima comes into the game in place of Franti, playing outside hitter. And she's going to get a swing right off the bat, and it's going to score a point. High swing.
Well, interestingly, Bajima was the top scorer when these two teams played against each other. Granted, it was only 6 points, which was, you know, USA was kept at incredibly low numbers, but Bajima was the one to have her best game.
And another point for the U.S. They have taken a 2-point lead here.
Serbia don't look concerned, though.
Haley Washington serving.
Yeah, those are the serves that are kind of sting later on. The balls that go in the net. The coaches, again, they want you to put pressure on the other team, but the ball's in the net. No one has to even make a decision.
Alexic. Poulter finds Drews, and that goes off the touch, and point USA.
Nicely done down the line. Drews, another one of the players that's switching up her angle every single time she goes up.
Boskovic goes block out on the other side off Bajima.
Boskovic not slowing down at all. And look, she's inside, so she doesn't have the advantage there. That ball's dying a little bit, but she still does something wild with her swing.
Here's Bajima, that's block out. So USA staying ahead by a couple. Bajema with an ace. Her third of the tournament, and she hasn't played a ton.
She hasn't, but she has sparks of greatness like this. We know she's headed to play in Turkey next season.
Change. What change? It's our attitude, eh? It's our attitude. Before we fight for every ball. Now we are waiting that the player close us, take this ball. Every time take responsibility. Oh, every ball is important, eh? Okay, yeah, come on.
And that's exactly why Santarelli refused to be satisfied there between the two sets. They do look like a little bit of a different defensive team, Serbia. A couple of times balls coming off of hands or going between players, whereas exactly like you said, they were fighting and diving and bodies on the floor and defending everything the first couple sets.
Kara Bajema serving again. Here's Boskovic from the back row. Now Bajema's gonna bump it up for Cook, and she gets the point off Stevanovic.
The fire coming out of Kelsey Robinson-Cook right now is kind of exactly what USA needs. The scramble to keep the ball alive, and she's going full force. She's going smartly. She's not going full force, I should say. She's going full intelligence to see what's in front of her and make sure she gets the point for her team.
Double switch for Serbia, meaning Boskovic and Derca, arguably their two most important players on the bench right now. Bielica blocked by Ogbogu, and it's a 4-point lead, USA. Turns out Daniele Santarelli's premonition was right.
Yeah, he might have spoken it into existence. But this is kind of what USA have done. I've seen a couple of times they've been down by 2 and then woken up and come back to fight for the next.
Picked up by Hens. Poulter sets Cook, and it's another point. Now they're rolling.
Love that overset, so she's got 2 players in front of her, Poulter, and then she can use kind of, it's almost like a double quick. Not quite, but pretty close.
Difficult. And we go slow. We give tip or we attack on the block in this way. Use the handouts in this way, strong. Like before. And try to defense every ball, like before. Yeah.
5 unanswered points from USA.
I thought what was interesting he said there is, he wasn't asking them to do something they haven't done. He's saying, do this like before. Do this like before.
The problem is living in the past like that, you're not going to get anywhere because the only thing that's happening is what's right now.
Mirkovic setting. Busha picked up by Bajema. Here's Robinson-Cook. Scramble by Serbia. And Pusic is going to send it over on a free ball. Poulter, Robinson-Cook, and it finally falls.
Keep feeding Robinson-Cook. She is fired up right now. Again, Poulter smartly using the middle as a decoy. The blockers then just half a step late to the outside. It's just enough for Robinson-Cook to get through.
Mirkovic sets Bielica, and that misses, and it's another point, USA. And that double switch is being undone for Serbia. Back in comes Derca and Boskovic.
Not surprisingly, I think Boskovic needs to be on the court for her team. She adds a presence. She's an outlet every time that they need somewhere to go with the ball.
Well, after a brilliant serving run with pressure from Kara Bajema, she finally makes an error. USA is happy with that, though. With that run, anyway. Here's Drews just reaching. Boskovic, Poulter waiting for it. Wongarantes sets Drews, and it's down on the USA side.
Huge action from Stefanovic. not going to be used this time. She's going up really low and tight, cutting off the angle there. And that's, I talk about that a lot, but middle blockers know that's their role, to press that inside arm over so Drews doesn't have that angle that she wants to swing at.
Janka Busha. Holter, Robinson Cook, picked up by Boskovic. Mihailovic blocked by Ogbogu.
And that was not the time to swing away for Serbia. Ogbogu was there so early. She knew where that ball was going, I think, even before it was set.
19-12 USA. Sarah Wilhite-Parsons serving. Backslide, Stevanovic, and diving and trying to get there was Annie Drews. A good contribution by Wilhite-Parsons, but it's short. Serbia trying to fight back. And Robinson Cook goes off the block and down.
A little bit too much space there on the side of Serbia. Robinson Cook, though, has stepped up her level.
Popovic coming into the game at middle blocker in place of Aleksic for Serbia. They're not losing a lot there. Tokyo bronze medalist as well. Plays in Galatasaray in Turkey. Here's Boskovic, blocked. Big point, USA. Just what they needed when they needed it.
Yeah, that is huge for USA. Even just to shut her down one time, two times, get her thinking about her attack for the next one. Robinson Cook, fired up and huge at the net.
One captain blocks the other captain. Popovic, another chance. This is Boskovic. That's out. Is there a touch? No touch. And is there a challenge coming? No challenge.
I wonder what the conversation was about. If you thought there was a touch, you should just challenge it, right?
22-13. This is the USA team that handled Turkey so comfortably yesterday. Boskovic sets the ball across from Mihailovic, and she hammers that.
How far off the net is that ball coming? Blockers, I think, I'm not sure that they realized how much space was between them because it was a little funky in spacing.
USA scrambling, free ball sent over by Drews. Mihailovic, Longarantes is there. Now Bajima sends it up towards the net. Cook tries to tip, covered. Back row, Busha gets the point for Serbia.
Serbia know they have to turn their level back up as well. So it's a nice strong swing from Busha. She's targeting the left hand. But they can't just rely on Boskovic to score all the points.
Back row, Drews, picked up by Serbia. Derza, Mihailovic, again Drews is there with the dig. She tries to get this one, just sends it deep. Boskovic, USA gets the blocking hands up again. Here's Cook, and it's point USA. Kelsey Robinson Cook's on fire.
The whole team of USA has really, they look like different people out there. Completely different mindset, totally different aggression when they're going towards the ball as well.
Robinson Cook serving. She has 7 points in the set. No one else has more than 3. There's Popovic getting one through the middle.
And interesting, because Santorelli said he wanted to see more middle. I love that slice down the cross. But only a couple of times we've seen Serbia getting their middle going.
Still a 7-point advantage, USA. Back row, why not go to the hot hand? 8 points in the set, and set point for USA.
Captain Cook delivering over and over in this set. If I'm the blockers of Serbia, I think I would just camp out on her for the rest of this set.
Yeah. Front row, back row, wherever she is. USA will have to try to score this on a side out after that quick Serbian point. Good to see some fans enjoying the action. Lots of Polish fans were disappointed their team isn't here, but USA, after that joust, keep the ball alive. Drews from well off the net. Dertsa, Busha, Poulter keeps it alive. Drews, Bajama reaching. Poulter, now Drews finishes it off. 25-17, USA storming back to force another set.
That is exactly how I would put it as well. Storming through. The finish there from Drews, strong and heavy, but Robinson Cook absolutely taking her team by the hand and saying, we are winning this set together.
Now, what adjustments does Daniele Santarelli make?
Oh, these are the questions that will plague any volleyball enthusiast who's watching at home or down there in the huddle as well. Try and read anything from the stats here. 3 blocks for USA.
Kelsey Robinson-Cook had 8 of their 16 attack points and then 9 points total.
9 total points for one player in that match alone. Boskovic was kept to just 3, so that's a huge difference as well. And we talked about how all things equal, USA and Serbia are quite compatible and they can really fight against each other if you take Boskovic out of the mix. And that's exactly what USA did there. They kind of just took Boskovic out of the mix, kept her at the same level as everyone else with just 3 points.
It's one thing to say, take Boskovic out of the mix, but they didn't. They found a way to do it, Key. That's not easily done.
In the first set, she had 10 points. In the second set, she had 10 points.
Wow.
So how they did it is unclear. But the fact that they did do it is important.
Well, they changed who was where. We know that.
That's a good point. There was a different lineup, different blockers facing different attackers. Also, there might have been a little slight amount of Serbia feeling like they had it in the bag. They were facing a weaker USA team than they're used to seeing. They might have just thought they had it.
And then Kelsey Robinson-Cook was on fire.
And to join the party. Here's set 2, attack direction. Most of the balls there coming from the right side in set 2 for USA. And then a complete swap to the left side. So that's, in my mind, most of those balls were going to Drews. She was pretty hot in the second set, but now Kelsey Robinson-Cook absolutely taking the bull by the horns there on the left side. And you can also see that the green balls and the blue ones, colors. The green and the red are the ones down the line or cross courts. So all the players kind of switching up their shots. There aren't really many patterns that you can really take away from that other than the left side really heating up. So we have a match on our hands here, Rob.
We sure do. We sure do. Karabajima coming in that third set as a replacement, a substitute, and now she's going to start the fourth set.
She was huge for USA with some aces.
And we are underway. USA in blue, Serbia in red. Serbia gets the first point. And by the way, Popovic also continuing to stay in the game, and Lotso is in the game as well for Serbia.
Popovic, lovely finish there across the body. These lapses in concentration, I'll call them, can plague each team at different times. Serbia seems to be under that blanket at the moment.
Jaka Ugbogu, 1-1 tie, set number 4. USA finding their best in that third set. And back comes Serbia, and that is a point off the touch. Sarah Lotso. Annie Drews goes cross court, and back and forth we go here.
Great push from Poulter. So much width on that ball and height. And again, that first ball, remember from set number 1, that ball landed just out because the ball had died inside from the set.
Here's Busha, and that is off hands, off the tip and out.
Using Poulter. Poulter, one of the stronger blockers as far as setters go as well. She's so tall, but that will always be a tactic to use the setter in the front row.
Poulter sets Robinson Cook, and that's going to fall in the court on the U.S. side. So trying to use that hot hand of Kelsey Robinson Cook.
And she delivers again. That's a great swing, catching Stefanovic on the way down. Bit of luck there for Serbia.
Annie Drews would like to have that one back, and instead she gets a service error from Mina Popovic. Kelsey Robinson Cook, USA's captain. Dertsa across for Busha, and another touch. So Serbia really going after those hands.
Yeah, I think we heard Santorelli speaking about that in a few of the timeouts. Be smarter in the attack, go nice and high, look for the block hands.
Poulter has to run it down. Bajima gets a good swing on it. Covered by Serbia. Boskovic, and that's just too hot to handle.
So the question is, does Boskovic get fired up in set number 4 and bring Serbia back in it? Or can USA keep her under wraps?
Oh, you ask such tough questions, Key Michael. I don't know the answer.
Just thinking out loud, really.
3-point lead, though, Serbia. Poulter, back set, Washington, and they go with the slide play.
Poulter's moving forward, so she's waiting to see if Stefanovic is going to bite. Gets that split second of hesitation.
Dertsa across for Busha, and she's really having a good game. It's 13 points for Bianca Busha.
Especially because the blockers pulled their hands away there, so she might have tried to go high and deep, but instead she just watches it. Sees what she's working with in front of her.
Overpass, chance for Serbia. Dertsa sends it deep. Wongarantes across for Drews. Kept alive by the U.S. Here's Bajima, and that is out with no touch. 8-4 Serbia here. Timeout call USA. You had to guess it was coming soon.
Yeah, especially a 4-point lead in the 4th set for Serbia. That's too much.
I think in general, that can take a step back.
On 1 and 22. Yeah. All right, we're back into our side-out rhythm here.
See her coming in and like going only for hands, so I got the idea that it's a block, and then we can play around it.
We'll play deeper. Here we go.
Okay. USA! USA! Did you see that turn?
Getting a little bit of an insight into where Team USA is going to want to serve on number 1 and number 22. That's Buza and Lozo if she is in the game still.
USA looks to start with a side out on Bianca Bucha. And they get it through Kara Bajama.
Bajama delivering, and have a look at the crowd behind the referee. This is one of the most fun things about Polish fans, is that they follow the referee and make the same signals as the ref does. Great finish by Bajama cross.
You see the fans there in behind. The referee makes the signal. It's a great scene.
It lightens the mood a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Poulter's serve is a good one. It's an ace-ace.
Well, that'll lighten the mood for USA as well. Ace serve for Poulter. Beautifully finished, and exactly like Karch had asked for on number 22.
Person at the ace-ace button is just malfunctioned there for 1 split second. And that ball sent deep, and it is USA point. So it seemed like that timeout was a reset.
Yeah, absolutely. And usually it is. Most coaches will use it as such because they need to get their players refocused or just thinking about different things or strategizing or thinking 1 point at a time. The fans are still doing it.
There it's a back set for Stevanovic. Robinson Cooks, bump sets it across for Drews, picked up by Bucha. Here's Boskovic, Poulter there. They try to track it down and can't.
Boskovic finally getting the outlet attack. Like that from Poulter, she just got under it. She's crouching and just putting her arms out, sacrificing her body. But the power that comes from Boskovic's arm swing is unmatched.
Serbia 2-point lead here in the 4th set. Here's Ogbogu through the middle, and it's a 1-point game.
Popovic is there, she's ready, but that spike, 2 meters and 92. Bogu using her height and athleticism really well.
Tough serve, but Serbia responds. Lotso, and that's back in the first row. Nice attempt, but it is so hard.
Yeah, Hens just trying to get a platform under it.
Again, USA calls the middle, and Ogbogu responds.
I like it. Keep getting the middle involved, Poulter. She knows she has some of the best in the world, so if she keeps feeding them, then it opens it up to the outside as well. So the middle blocker on the other side is going to hesitate a split second before releasing to the wings, gives them more opportunities to score.
Bogu serving, just trickles over for an ace. Chiaka Ogbogu.
There's the ace-ace. Good timed, and she cuts that. So she hits that little bit like on the bottom of her palm, so it has almost a backspin to it as it touches the net. That means it didn't go as far as Pusic was expecting.
I just love how Pusic does not give up on that one iota. Now she makes a great pass Here comes the attack from Boskovic, kept alive by the U.S. Robinson Cook can't finish. Maybe another chance. This is going to be Drews. Picked up by Pusha. Boskovic, and it's point Serbia off of the setter Poulter.
Of course, it's Boskovic to finish. Poulter is there. That was a cool angle.
It's Major Arch. Wanted to take that one back, and then gets a break from Sara Lotso. Sara Lotso coming out. She's one of the players who plays in Japan. And on the other side, Annie Drews has played several years in Japan. She's just about to serve. And it's an ace. We'll call it an ace.
I thought that might have been coming over with the foot. Oh yeah, great serve. Again, targeting the zone between number 1 and 12. So Pusic has to step over a little bit. She's trying to cover her outside hitter, but that makes it harder on her. She's taking a lot of court, a lot of zone.
And that is just out. USA asking for a challenge in out.
That looks pretty close to me. I think I would challenge that too. Certainly worth it. Could be a moment of shifting tides for this set.
Definitely. Quickly, Hawkeye gets its work done and says, yes, that's an ace from Annie Drews.
So 4 aces in this set so far from USA. Ogbogu, Drews, and Poulter, each having one before this.
Annie Drews. Dertsa sets it across. USA keeps it alive. No, they don't. It is called on the double hit. Popovic. USA tries back row with Bajima. She's going to send this over on a free ball. Here's Boskovic, and she finally finishes that rally.
Wongerantes getting something under that when it looked all but dead. Second time, can't control it, but she's getting some really great touches for USA, as per usual.
Wongerantes sets this for Robinson Cook, and she misses fingers, and USA is going to challenge. They think she did hit the blocking fingers.
She looks pretty sure of it.
And her teammates.
Yeah, there was no hesitation there asking for the challenge. But if you go with confidence like that, I mean, that's got to give the coach confidence immediately to call the challenge. Robinson Cook was kind of the difference maker in that last set. We haven't seen a whole lot of her yet in this fourth set. In fact, no points yet on the board for her in this fourth set for Robinson Cook. Interesting, because she was the difference maker for me in the third set.
Oh, 9 points, hey.
Well, there's her first in the fourth.
Well, USA was convinced that there was a touch. They get it. And so the score basically flip-flops. 14-13 USA. Kept alive Drews. Poulter, Bajima. And it is another point for the Americans.
The speed that ball travels from Poulter's hands out to Bajima You see that little hop step that Stefanovic had to do to try and close it in time, but that's a really aggressive set.
And then you go to take the ball in this way in the sim in difficult. Step one step in front and take responsibility, girls. You search the ball with the feet and you put the ball perfect, okay? Bye. Hey, base 2 and overplay is good, eh? Bye.
Team Serbia!
Base 2 and overplay is good. So I'm trying to think what the 2 is. I've only ever known that as being a little bit of a higher 1 ball. But if he wants to play maybe a 7 and an overload, watch out for Stefanovic running in front of Dursa. Or maybe the 2 is right behind her and the overload is to Boskovic.
I think the Karsh Karai is complaining the score is wrong right now. It should be a 2-point lead USA. It has been corrected, and we're good to go.
Good eyes.
Kelsey Robinson-Cook brings the ball back into play, and that is called out.
Called out, but again, so close.
USA challenges. Remember, if you win these challenges, you keep them. If you lose, well, you lose them. So another vital challenge call in this game.
It goes the way of USA. That's a 3-point lead for them. That's pretty good heading into the stretch.
What do you think?
Oh, by a hair.
This time.
Instead, Serbia stay very close. Cook remains with just 1 point on the board in this 4th set.
Boskovic working on a 27-point game. Takes a little off that serve. Bajima, there's no touch on this. And it's point Serbia. We're tied. Just joined us. Serbia won the first 2 sets fairly comfortably. USA fought back and won the 3rd impressively. Here's Annie Drews. Boskovic from well off the net, just puts it over. Here's a swing play from Washington. I called it a swing play because she was swinging.
I like that. We could start using that. Why not? She looks kind of like a boomerang going up there on. Yeah, it's exactly, I mean, you have to create that kind of space, right? And your body's facing one way, and with one leg on the ground, you twist your body in the air. So I like that. Swing play. Let's make it a thing.
All right, it's a swing play. Dursa, she doesn't do it often, but it's always perfectly timed, it seems.
Yeah, hard to read. 2 arms are up, and then she's aggressive with it. She's not just dinking it right up and down. There's no up to it. She grabs it high and pushes it down immediately.
Janka Busha has got a pretty good set going here, and now an ace. She's got 15 points in the match.
Perfect placement. Right on to Cook.
Busha leads all point getters in this set with 5. Here's Drews, block out. Just what USA wanted. And Serbia scrambling a little bit here. Free ball chance for the US. Through the middle, nice pickup from Boskovic. She's gonna swing on it, and it's gonna score another point.
Boskovic, remembers, super quiet in the 3rd set. Only 3 points for her. She's now already got 4 here in the 4th. So she gets heated up again. I feel this might be a one-sided set once again.
Big side-out opportunity for USA. Stefanovic serving. Good pass for the Americans. Here's Bajima, gets just enough touch on it.
Really like like that shot from Bajima. She's not in a good position, cannot swing her favorite ball, but instead, look who's in defense right behind the block. Oh, it's Boskovic. Get her on the floor. Make sure she's out of the offense.
Yeah, good point. So even if she does pop that one up, she's going to be in a hard place to try to swing at it.
Exactly right.
Dertsa goes with Boskovic. USA has it. Poulter, this is tight. And it's a net touch here on Kelsey Robinson-Cook, I think.
I think I agree with you. She tried to reach over the net to grab it to make sure that she was in advantage to touch it off the blocker so it didn't just go out of bounds. But they pulled their hands away and the net stayed where it was.
No argument from USA. Here's Drews, and that is another point for Annie Drews. She's got 14 in the match.
Nicely done, and I'm having a look at Santorelli in the backcourt. I think he's expecting more. The slowdown off the block, and you can see Buza falling to her knees there. I think he would have liked to see a little bit of a sprint and dive rather than just a drop to the floor.
Wilhite Parsons, who plays at Scandici in Italy, into the game, and a nice touch in the middle from Popovic, I think. Yes.
Popovic again, she's been having a lot of success with that really hard-driven ball cross court. So this time Washington's expecting that. She's diving in to cut off that angle, and instead, the little bitty fairy tip right over the block.
Crucial moments here, set number 4. Poulter sets Drews. Serbia with Boskovic, no approach, and still scores the point.
I mean, we're not surprised, but we just want to point it out to the folks at home that are thinking, how is she so good? Why is she so good? She's flying sideways, like you said, barely an approach. She's not really off the net. She's kind of doing half a slide. There was almost a swing.
Yeah.
Yes, hey, keep the pressure on. Keep one good angle. Run your route hard, less cover. Hey, a good lineup to defense.
The last 2 world champions on the floor in this game. Serbia won in 18, USA won in 14. Who's going to the gold medal game here?
Great question. Time will tell. I think there are fans all over the world rooting hard for one or the other of these 2 teams, but they are both making it difficult on each other.
Saralozzo brings the ball into play. Poulter, the set for Robinson-Cook. Nice up from Pusic. Dertsa, bump set across for Busha. Kept alive by the US. Free ball sent over. Chance for Serbia. Boskovic blocked. Covered by Serbia. Here comes Busha, way off the net. Picked up by Pusic. Boskovic again from well off the net, and she does it again.
Wow, great play from Serbia. Santorelli's having a little bit of a head shake for it too. Why not? Because come on, the defense, Pusic. And then Boskovic with a second chance, deep through the block.
22-19. Almost a must-take point from the US, it seems. Here's Drews, kept alive by Serbia. Here's Boskovic. She goes block out, and it's 23-19 Serbia. She's in the 30s again.
Man, Robinson-Cook was having a little bit of joy against her earlier on with those strong, solid blocks, but leaning a bit to the inside that time, and Boskovic gonna take it.
Poulter, Robinson-Cook hammers it on the angle, and that's gonna stop the run. USA down by 3.
Yeah, stop the run, that's right, stop the bleeding, but is it enough to get USA fired up and back in it?
Annie Drews serving. It's a tough one. Boskovic, free ball chance for the US. Poulter, Robinson-Cook, it's a point. 2 points away now for the US.
job by Poulter to open up the game there. You watch the middle blocker late to the outside, so she's got a lot of space to work with, Robinson Cook.
Boskovic, she just keeps on keeping on off the hands. It is match point Serbia.
That's a disciplined block. There's nothing USA could have done differently. They've slowed it down. She went high off the hands, just over the libero in the back.
Lazovic comes in to serve for Serbia. USA trying to keep it going, but it's keeping going, all right. It is out off that block.
This looks reminiscent of what we saw earlier on, where USA had a touch, but the touch was not called off Robinson's head. Is this something similar? No, no touch this time.
22 serving 24. Still match point Serbia. Here they come with Boskovic. It's out. Is there a touch? No. Serbia thinks there is a touch, and they are going to challenge. If they win, they are going to play for gold.
Sprawdzamy dotknięcie nogą. Był blok czy nie było? Wskazują Państwo, która drużyna zdobędzie teraz punkt. Czy Serbia, czy USA? Wyraźne wskazanie ręką 3-4.
Crucial challenge in this match. Challenge at set and match point. Is there? No, there is no block touch.
No touch. That is huge for Team USA.
Wow. All right, we go on, but now we get a timeout. It's a 1-point game. Let's try to listen in. Robinson Cook serving for USA, their captain. Oh, it's just over. Pusic has it. Here's a chance. Boskovic ends it. They're going to play for gold. Serbia might have a chance to repeat. They are going to the gold medal game.
What a push by Serbia. USA trying their best to hold them off, but you heard in that timeout, we need to close it right now, and close it they did. Serbia proving that they are